Dear Noni, I hope you and the little man are well. I hope I've got your new address right, and I hope this finds you with enough apathy that you're able to sit down and only tear this to shreds once you get to the end. You know, the fates move the world on. All of us are just pulled with it. I hope you can come to accept that, even if you can never forgive it. When they claimed our prize bull, you saw how angry I was. You know, what is the King of Troy to us, and what are we to him? An annual games for some brat they lost in childbirth decades ago when their own people are forced to provide the prizes? And what did that man in his golden castle ever do for us? I don't see Priam on his knees when the southern fence needs fixing. I don't see him up at 4 a.m. dragging my pail from udder to udder. How on guy are we meant to run a cattle farm without a bull? And not just any bull. You know, the production assistants on Name That Beef said that was the finest specimen they'd ever seen. And I'm just meant to let the king take him from us. People with power have been strangling us for decades. Every year we lose contracts, farmhands, they raise the rents, the trade prices. You know, what do the city men of Troy need with a bull? They'll just kill it at the after party, live stream an offering to the gods. Well, I thought I'd show them exactly what country bumpkins are made of. And fine, you know, Father forbade me from ever setting foot in that city, but the games were held just outside the walls. There's so many people, and colors just rolling like a tide. I joined the line of applicants. I knew I could win. You know, life on the mountain made me quick. Saw Hector and Deiphobus, Troy's 2 treasured princes, and I have to say, you know, they didn't look all that. Hector was all right, but there was something off about his brother. You know when you see someone and you can just tell from the way they breathe and blink that they're an absolute see you next Tuesday? Sorry, hon. I won every game, of course. It's not really about ability, more of a question of what you have to prove and how much you got to lose. And I had all of one and none of the other. Yeah, they can raise the council tax and bloat the electricity bill and push the tax on cigs in a sixer and hamstring my father's care allowance and gouge the life out of interest rates, but they don't get to steal my fucking cow. And every time Deiphobus lost and just spitting sand and dirt out of his mouth, I could tell he hated me a little bit more. Ooh, one by one, the others got knocked out until it was just me and the princess. Wrestling was next. And I've never been one for strength, but I wagered when you're a prince, you're not used to someone headbutting you in the face. Turns out I was right. He went down like a sack of sheep shit, and I didn't wait for him to get up. Turns out pinning him wasn't the end of the competition. It's my first time in civilized society, other than going on that game show and, giving that woman that apple. It turns out when you beat a prince in a fight, he waits till the match is over and tries to stab you in the back of the head while you're signing autographs. If Dad hadn't appeared at that second and shouted what he did, I don't know. Guess that would have been it for me. So, you weren't the only one to get a new address. I always felt there was something wrong. Something missing. I thought there was something wrong with my brain. Like I wasn't built like the rest of my family. You lot aren't kept up into the night listening to the thrum of time running out. You don't hear that voice in your head, the one I've heard every day since I gave her the apple. Dad told the whole story. The son they thought dead all this time, turns out me, wasn't all that dead. And the king actually hugged me. Started to cry. Now that's the first time I'd seen a man do that. It was perfect. Except for the woman in the corner who was crying, but Hector said to just ignore her. So, that's the story about how I got here. And how I lost you. It turns out I'm exactly like my family. I just hadn't met him yet.